I thought in this video what I'd do is go through. I've tried to give you some insight into my competitors. Now I want to tell you what services I offer. Up at the top, the hours of video that I've made available to you here on the website. I hope that it does two things for you. One, I hope it gives you some insight and familiarity with who Jim Moroney is. I'm competent. I've been doing this for 30 or more years. And my willingness to share not advertising hype, but knowledge with you. I think that's something that you need to consider. Videos and materials before petition is complete and accurate. What I do with my clients, before you ever sign your petition, you are going to know that every page that we've done is complete and accurate. You're not going to be asked to come in here or mail something to you and sign something that you do not understand. No. I have an organized process for you and I doing your bankruptcy petition to make it, number one, complete and accurate, but equally important, I want you to understand it. Well, how do I get that done? Well, I give you CD videos on every one of the parts of the bankruptcy petition, and you'll watch those videos, and then you and I will have one or more phone conferences about that. Now, what I do is I put a headset on and I'll call you, and you and I will go through all the information in completing your bankruptcy petition. The documents and things, I'll want you to fax or email those in to me. So, geography, for those of you that don't live here in Springfield, that's not important either. You're going to come into this office one time, and that'll be the end of it. So, would you rather come into Springfield one time, or would you rather come into Springfield or Carthage for your 341 meeting and sit there with a stand-in lawyer, because your lawyer's not going to come here if he lives geographically a distance from Springfield or Carthage? So that is a consideration you need to take into account. No worksheets. I'm not going to give you a bunch of worksheets to complete. The only thing I'm going to ask you to do is to complete a worksheet on your household goods. The rest of it you and I will complete by phone conferences. Continuing videos after your petition is filed. You and I will have a number of steps to do after your petition's filed. You're going to attend a 341 meeting. Well, how do I handle that? I give you CDs, videos that explain in detail the 341 meeting process. You and I again will have a phone conference about the 341, so that when you walk in for your 341 with me, you're not going to have any anxiety. You're going to know exactly what's going to go on in there, and you'll be confident. If anything, you might be bored because I will have already explained everything to you. Videos covering statutes and rules. You know, the odd part about Congress and the Bankruptcy Code is they never intended for you to understand consumer bankruptcy. The consumer bankruptcy statutory provisions and the bankruptcy rules, they're all mixed in with all the statutory provisions for railroads and stockbrokers and corporations and everything else. So what I have is videos that I've went through the statute and taken all the statutory sections that apply to consumer bankruptcies. I've done the same thing for the bankruptcy rules. They're all in that video, so that when you watch the video, you're going to know more than most attorneys do about bankruptcy. And then if you have any questions, ask me. Write them down and ask me. Now, very quickly, since I've got some time constraints, like always on these things, but let me go through some other matters that I know are important to you. Except before filing creditor calls. We have a policy here at the office that we charge you a minimum retainer fee of $500. After you've paid that doesn't want to get on there, does it? After you've paid that, when you leave here, I'm your attorney. So when creditors call you from and after that moment, all I want you to do is tell them, Jim Moroney's my attorney, here's his number, calling. You don't need to be mean with them, but if they don't want to listen to that, just hang up. The next one, help with pending collection lawsuits. If you've engaged me as an attorney, I'm going to file an entry of appearance in every one of your collection lawsuits. And my objective in doing that is to get you to 60 to 90 days additional time. You need time to pay your attorney fee. You need time for you and I to do your bankruptcy petition, responsibly put all the information together. So I do that. Now you compare that to the TV advertising law firms. Ask them if they take creditor calls. Ask them if they help you with your collection lawsuits. The answer is a decided no. They're not going to do that for you. $50 phone calls. I don't charge for you calling me. I don't get that many calls from clients. I call them all the time, and I suppose that's why they don't call me. I keep you advised. But if and when you need to call me, here's what I'd like you to do. You're probably going to talk to me, but if I'm in court or with a client, leave your name and number and where I can reach you during the day if you've got different numbers where you're going to be at. Sometime during that same day, I am going to return your call. We've got established office procedures on that, and that's the way it is. I attend 341 meetings. When you go for your 341 meeting and you're going to testify under oath, number one, I'm going to have you prepared. You're not going to have any doubts about the meeting. But you're going to know that the guy sitting next to you, the attorney, is Jim Moroney. You're never going to have to be concerned about some $50 lawyer standing in for me who doesn't know anything about your case. That's not going to happen. The other part, no switch and bait fees. When you sit down with me in that initial interview, we're going to look at your divorce or bankruptcy situation. I'm going to give you a fee, and that's the way it is. If there's going to be any additional matters, that's what I'm going to tell you. Now, before you even meet with me, I want to email you a copy of the Rights and Responsibilities Agreement and a copy of my contract, so that when you come in and visit with me, you can ask any questions you want. You'll be familiar with those documents. I'm not going to hand you something and give you 30 seconds to read it before I expect you to sign it. I don't sign stuff like that, and I don't expect you to either. The last part of it, in closing, you're being beat up right now. Maybe somebody's trying to foreclose on your home, or a credit card company has sued you, or a hospital has sued you. I can help you. The bankruptcy code is very, very powerful, as you know if you've went through this video series. I know how to use that bankruptcy code. I know how to put your creditors down. You'll pay delinquent amounts for mortgage loans over a 3 to 5 year period at a rate you can live with. Your car loans, if you're delinquent, we can set those at a rate. If you've got a bunch of unsecured creditors, we're probably going to be able to wipe them out entirely. But it can only start unless you give me an opportunity to help you. So I hope you do. I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.